Hey everybody, this is Eric with the Dramatic and why I chose this song. But before I tell you why I chose Surely God Is With Us by Rich Mullins, performed by the Ragamuffin Band, please take a minute if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, follow the Dramatic on the social medias. There's some cool things coming down the road, y'all. Also, there's a couple cool ways to support the Dramatic if you'd like. Links are in the description below. You guys, Rich Mullins, if I guess you all know that I grew up listening to CCM, Christian contemporary music or contemporary Christian music. And Rich Mullins had been a songwriter for a long time before he became a solo artist. And his stuff is deep and prolific. He celebrates God in the mundane, in the ordinary, as well as in the amazing and the miraculous. And it's beautiful. And I think that while all his work is good and powerful and worth listening to, for me, the most dynamic record that he wrote but never got to finish recording himself was the Jesus record. He recorded the demos and then passed away. He was killed in a car accident, and his band picked up his demos and they recorded the album for him in a beautiful tribute to Rich. It's a great album. If you haven't heard it, you need to listen to it. It's fantastic. This song jumped back on my radar because one of the things that's been going on in my head for a while is that the people in the Bible that Jesus spent his time with, like outside of his disciples, they understood Jesus in a way that none of us, I think, have really fully grasped and understand. I think the question a lot of times is who is Jesus? And I think that the best answer is to look at who he sat down with. He sat down regularly, and I'm reading a book called The Ragamuffin Gospel by a guy who influenced Rich Mullins. He talks about when Jesus sat down with people that religious society said, gross, unclean, there's no way those people can ever make it to heaven. By the way, that's me. I would have been in that group. Loretta would have been in that group. Jesus said, come sit down, let's eat dinner together. And in that culture, you did not initiate a dinner with people or accept a dinner invitation unless you were entering into friendship and relationship with them. So here's why this song is important. Because those people understood that Jesus loved them right where they were at. They weren't clouded by a different cultural understanding of Jesus, by political thinking way of Jesus. They experienced it right for what it was. And the older that I get, the more tired I get of all the things that get tacked on to Jesus. We're not talking about religion, and I don't mean to sound preachy. This is just something that has been going on in my heart and in my head. It's this: I don't want to know the Jesus just of I don't want to know American Jesus. I don't want to know Jesus that would most likely vote Republican, or the Jesus that would most likely vote Democrat. I want to see Jesus stripped of his nationalism. I want to see Jesus stripped of any kind of political agenda. I want to see the Jesus of the Bible for who he is. And what I'm finding out is that who he is the God who loves. The God who says, right where you're at, that's where I accept you. And if you'll let me, I love you too much to leave you there. It's already been done. Everything's already been done. You don't have to get cleaned up to come to Jesus. It's such a cool thing. He says, come to me just as you are and walk with me. And the rest of it falls into place. Anyway, so at the end of the day, I think the picture that has been painted of Jesus for us for hundreds and hundreds of years is not entirely accurate. I'm okay saying that. I stand by that statement. Don't try to get to know a Jesus or understand a Jesus that is forced down your throat, or that society says this is Jesus, or that religion says this is Jesus. Who is the Jesus of the Bible? Who is the Jesus of the New Testament? Look what he did. We are the people that he sat down and ate dinner with and said, welcome, I've come for you. You all, I hope you find that encouraging today. Thank you for stopping by the Dramatic. We will see you next time.